Peace, peace, peace. What's the peace? All powers to oppressed people, African power to an African people, and black power, you know the spill, man. It's your boy Yang and Kruma coming to you again today. Like I said, I'm always flattered to have an opportunity to come to people, especially when people check in, check the station, see what I'm rapping about, because it's not so much what I'm rapping about, more or less. Pardon that. Not so much about what I'm rapping about, more or less what's going on with our people. You know, that's the thing with me. That's what this is all about to me. What's going on with our people and how, you know, what's some of the ways we can or some of the things we can do to better our condition. We can't sit in front like we're in the best condition when we know we're not. So it's to me, it's about what can we do to better that. And this is what this is. And not even sometimes, not even if it's like we're not really coming up with that straight solution like that, then talking about it. I believe discussion, I believe talk is therapeutic as hell. And so sometimes discussing our situation, talking to people that have different perspectives and just a whole different maybe coming from a whole different angle, seeing it from their lifestyle, cultural, social influences and station. And when you look at it like that, coming to us, it's always a good look because because we benefit from the variety. You know, we benefit from having that variety. My man, what's up, son? Are you on there? Am I hearing you? Okay. I'm thinking you on there. I'm thinking I
Okay,
can
yeah, good.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
There we go. I can hear you now. What's going on, brother?
Yeah.
You coming in and out.
Uh, am I
Yeah, it's
okay? Yeah. What's going on, Yanga?
man, what's going on, son? Glad you could pop up. What's the word? Well, I'm
Can
going
you
to
hear me?
continue to rap while you working on your mic. You say
Uh,
what?
how's that?
Yeah, yeah. What's
Is that
going
any?
on, man? That's better. What's the business?
Hello. Okay. Oh, no, no. I was
Yeah, we
testing
having
it.
some
Shoot, man,
technical
brother.
difficulties.
Hold on. Let
All
me go.
right.
Hold on one second,
Okay.
bro.
We'll let you fix on
No
that.
problem. I got it. I got
All
it.
right, man.
Hold on. I got it.
So
Yeah. Hold on. Hold.
yeah, you sounding pretty clear right now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, like I was just sharing with the listeners, son, we just, in the struggle continue series, it's just a variety of topics, things that affect us. You may have some shit you want to get off your chest and just some things you want to discuss. I know there's a couple things that I like to discuss. I may be a little premature. Eventually, I'd like to come back and discuss this Cynthia G. I hear she's the latest rage and all the
Oh
the,
yeah.
the the craze now over the internet. I had an opportunity to watch some of her
Hmm.
video. You know,
Right.
I found it very opinionated, full of rhetoric, which is, to a degree, it's cool. Everyone
Right.
has their rhetoric. I
Hmm.
didn't find anything uh so like revealing or like just like she had this epitome and was opening something up, some miss big secret in the black community, amongst black men and black women. I didn't find anything new there. You know, in fact, I felt,
Right.
and maybe I'm being a male, I was biased. I felt it was like I said, shit on her part, biased, very opinionated,
Typical,
very,
typical nigga
yeah,
shit.
very
Right.
emotionally influenced. You want me to hit your other link right here?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, gotcha. You know, very emotionally influenced. Uh, and like I said, and from that, I think it leads to wrong judgment. Like the main thing, and here it is. I said I didn't want to go into it prematurely because I didn't allow myself, or I didn't have. Let me say that I didn't have the time to complete the whole video and to be able to sit. And there I say allow myself to view it objectively. But what I did see, and what I did heard at the initial, because I usually like to watch stuff a couple times. First time, you know, I give myself the first watch. I allow myself the watch as like a viewer, meaning I allow myself the whole array of emotions. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be shocked, if I'm gonna be appalled, if I'm gonna be angered, the first viewing, I allow myself that. I don't even try to suppress it. I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna go through it, allow me to go through it. I watch it like a
right.
viewer.
All right. That's right. Yep, yep.
And then the second time I try, or the third, you know, usually the second, I'm a little more objective because I went through the whole gambit of fucking emotions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't allow myself that. What I did here off my first, though, where I think she was completely, where I just think she totally missed the mark. And if that is a pillar of her premise, then her premise is just totally wrong.
Right.
But what she was saying, that we live in a black male worship society.
Yeah, that's kind of far fetched. I thought when I
I
heard
mean,
that, I'm just like, nah, I don't think so. But
yeah.
I try to, in a case like that, try to listen to that particular person's perspective. I try to put myself in their shoes, but I couldn't really rationalize a reason why she would feel there's a black male worship in this country. So I was a little taken back by that. I mean, unless she's referring to the 50 cents of the world and the Little Waynes, I don't know where she was going with all that.
You know, that's what I don't, you know, that's what I don't get. I was the same thing. Now, if you're doing it like that, and usually we do judge according to that criteria, son. You know, we
Mhm.
judge black people to one criteria and white people to another criteria.
Right,
If you have
absolutely.
an individual black man or black man do something, maybe one or two, we make sweeping indictments against the whole black community,
Hmm.
right? But if you have a white man do something, it's just that individual white man. I mean, it's just statistically, if we use the line of reasoning and logic that these people use statistically, white people are fucking terrible. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Hmm.
if you start making sweeping and blanket indictments against white people like that, then yeah, white on white crime would, man, bury what you call black on black crime.
Absolutely.
But what
Absolutely.
we do, we since we have never labeled white America, since white America is just America, when we read crime, we it's just very general. We don't put it to anybody,
Right.
you know, but they're specific to let you know when it's black on black crime by
Exactly.
certain keywords that have been associated with us and things of
Facts.
that nature. Or my other theory is we have been so immune, become so immune to white America's terror against us or their criminal nature, that when we see crimes perpetrated and their picture flashes up on the news, we don't even think about it because we know that's what they do.
Exactly right.
You know, so I think that that's where my confusion comes in. Like you said, where do you see black male worship? Where do you see us more criminal than the white male?
Right.
If I use, like I said there again, if I use your measure, who can the white man drop the bomb on Hiroshima?
That's a fact.
I don't think it gets more criminal than that's mass murder on civilians,
That's true.
women and children. I was reading an article one time. They say they had the bomb was so intense that it was so intense that it left like damn near like a photograph of the people on the street. Left a photograph. They had showed this picture of a child. It was like a shadow image of a child on the street.
Exactly. Yep.
Like it captured his shadow or something. It was crazy. So it doesn't get, when you talk about criminal, let's talk about globally. You talking about these black people in these little neighborhoods. I'm talking about global criminal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. On a whole nother level, man. You know, and that's why I got a debate coming up with Blue. You know, we have narrowed it down. Who was the most I guess gangster evil person, was it Hitler or Stalin? So yeah, we're going there with that one. So yeah, that's going to be right.
Oh, that's going to be a hell of a debate.
Oh, it is.
That's going to be the debate. Y'all got two of the most brutal dictators
yeah, absolutely,
in history and arguing the brutality. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. I'm gonna advise what's going on, Mello. I'm going to advise everyone tune in for that, man. That's going to be informative, educational. I think that goes right into one of the reasons we get handled is our lack of knowledge of world history.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
You know, yeah, that's going to be a good debate. And also, I think because listening into it, when you guys start going into it, you're not going to be able to help just through your research and your sharing. I think people are going to be stunned at some of the similarities.
Oh, absolutely. Right. And they're going to be really stunned that we chose to ally ourselves with Stalin and then look the other way and ignore. That's the part. That's what this debate is going to bring out, the atrocities that we ignore. You know, the massacre, the Katyn massacre of Poland. You know, Stalin tried to pin that on Hitler, and later it came out it was Stalin that did that shit. So yeah, it's gonna get gangster.
That's exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean that, you know what, and that's a crazy period in history.
It is.
That's a crazy period, and I advise people that second imperialist war be a history study, because when we're talking about this white on white crime, that's European on European crime at the highest.
At the highest. Yep. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? That is European on European crime at the highest. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, that's the time during the Second Imperialist War, what they've taught us is World War II, was the time that they coined the phrase genocide, when white people began to kill white people.
Yep, that's right. Yep. And when they the whole Auschwitz thing. Yep, that's when they coined the second war, not the first one, but the second world. Yep, the second one they had finally coined that phrase genocide, bro. When King Leopold bended that shit.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah, King Leopold in the goddamn Congo, Ben created the genocide, but they just
Ben. I mean, listen, what King Leopold did in the Congo. Paled, and it is what I'm talking about. Our atrocities, you know what I'm saying? This is the importance of programs like this. Shout out to Nundy and the camp over there. Programs like that that allow this truth to get out there. You know, a lot of us don't know about King Leopold and what he did in the Congo, the massacre in the Congo, the riches in the Congo in rubber.
Yeah.
You know, this is why I tell us accountable spending. When you go get these big tires sitting on these big ass and using all this rubber, who are you getting it from? Does that corporation sponsor atrocities in the Congo for these rubber trees?
Absolutely. That's a fact, bro.
If we're going to be effective, you know, we talk a lot of shit, but if we're going to be effective, we have to step up on our international awareness and where our dollars go. You know what I'm saying? But you're right, man. And then it pales in comparison. I mean, what Hitler did pales in comparison to the atrocities that were perpetrated against us in Africa, against our people in Africa. Yet, like we're sitting here discussing, they coined a whole new term for that atrocity. Now they want to defy it.
Yeah. Yep.
Now they want to criminalize it.
Yep. I
argue that's part of my argument about the whole civil rights movement. You see what happens when the world gets involved?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I I'm glad you brought that up because today Solar was just calling people on random, setting up debates for January and February. And yeah, let me tell you, brother, it's this is the perfect time, man. I'm loving some of the topics they got coming up. I like some of the new people they got coming in. So yeah, I love it, yeah. So I want to definitely, I look forward
what
to
was he what was some of the what was he talking about? What are some of the debaters? What was some of the debaters and some of the topics?
Let's see. Of course, I got my debates coming up. I got one with Brother Moses, the financial health versus your nutritional health. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a big one. And then I got one with what's another one that I heard that I really liked? The one that I just debated with Madan, the one I debated on Tupac, he's debating that sister, what's her name? Mellow Moonflower. Yeah, he's debating her. So I think that's gonna be interesting. Who else? Blue's he's got some debates lined up. I got another debate. I think me and Blue, I think we're gonna push it maybe back to February. I don't know, but then I got another debate with this guy. He want to challenge me on whether we're herbivores or carnivores. So I think that's gonna be a fun debate. That's gonna be real fun.
That's right up your alley.
Oh, right up my alley, brother. I was just like, damn, does he not know the science? Does he not know the simple science? And I can say it because the science can't be refuted. Like, the amylase, we have amylase in our saliva. Only herbivores have that. Then he gonna try to bring up, well, brother, didn't you when you were born, did you breastfeed? I said, yeah, all I said, this dude is easy. I see all herbivore mammals breastfeed, dude. That's not what are you trying to prove? And then I told him that our pH balance in our stomach is 4 to 5, where carnivores and omnivores, their stomach acids is 1 to 2. I'm gonna kill them on that. I'm gonna kill them on that. Our intestines are 10 times our body length, so I'm gonna kill them on that.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Are you not giving up your strategy? Are you?
Well, the strategy can't be refuted. That's what we're doing. We're dealing with straight science here. We're dealing with straight biology. We're not dealing with something that can be debated. This is like saying, like debating gravity. There's no debate. There's no debate. There's no saying that we ain't got amylase. So yeah, I can give out the strategy because there's nothing to refute. Right. There's literally nothing to refute. Like our intestines are long. We have long intestines. We have flat teeth. We have flat nails. I mean, our makeup is self-explanatory, So yeah, there's nothing. It's going to be an easy debate. It's going to be very easy.
Okay, he walked into that. He walked right.
Shouts
out to the Solar Vision Debate League, man. Commissioner Solar Mind doing his thing. Shouts out to the Argument League over there. The brother Suave Boss holding it down. If you want some heated shit. And to be, I pop in and out over there at times, and it's always going down. Shout out to that. Shout out to the fam that be over there. Although I don't agree with a lot of them views and shit. Shout out to the new. You know what? I think the Hebrew Israelites then started a 13th tribe.
Right.
I don't want to call them Negroites. But
Negroites.
what
I
would you
like
call
that.
the American? If these Negroes over here, they gotta be a 13th tribe. They gotta be their own special little Hebrews, man. They are hilarious. But
Yeah.
shouts out to them. They be holding their shit down.
Yeah, they be
But
holding it down, but
that's
you
crazy.
know,
So what
bring
is
them.
the brother Moonflower debating?
She's debating. I'm not sure what they debating. I just know that right there alone, just the name Moonflower versus Madon Kemet. I just like to see them two go at it because yeah, they're both, um they're both probably on the same level, so that should be interesting. You know what I'm saying? They really match up people that are evenly matched for this new coming
Cool.
yeah. So and then they got another new guy named Ski. He's debating the guy that first guy I debated, which was Joseph Israel. He's a Hebrew Israelite. So Ski is a agnostic. He's a agnostic. So that should be interesting. He's under Chris's wing. So I look forward to I look forward to that one. There's a lot of them I look forward to, man. Like I said, they finally matching up people evenly. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, man. So I can't wait to see some of those debates. And
Okay.
yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, that sounds like that's gonna be hype. Again, shouts out to SVDL and putting those debates and shit together. I think it's gonna be interesting. That Moonflower is up and coming, if nothing to say the least controversial. So
Right.
it's gonna be good to see her do her thing and shit.
Well, see,
You
that's
know,
the thing. It's not her thing. She's repeating Cynthia G's talking
I,
points. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
so. I
Yeah, and
think
that's
so.
not.
I think
Yeah,
when the pressure hits, and this is just my opinion from what I've seen, the few things I've seen, it's hard for me to watch it
right.
because um I do feel like it's mimicry. I do feel like she's
Yeah,
parakeeting. So it's hard to watch it,
yeah,
because it's like
exactly. Yeah,
I can see I don't really see the convictions. Somebody,
right.
you can be swayed right now, you're angry right
Exactly.
now. That's very sensational. That's the shit getting attention. I
Mhm.
think man, we suffer from, I'm gonna reverse what the white people say, attention deficit disorder. I
Yeah,
think a lot of our young people suffer from lack of attention. I
yeah,
think social
absolutely.
media, the age of just, we live in a very voyeuristic age. Everything is watched now. You know what I'm
That's right.
saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Even if we see a crime, we won't intervene. We'll pull out our cell phones, sit there and
Mhm.
watch a brother just dogging a sister, or sit there
Mhm.
watching someone mug the elderly, or some crazy shit, a child being
Mhm.
beaten, and we will pull out a phone.
You're right. Right.
So we become very voyeuristic, very exhibitist,
Yeah, it's kind
and
of crazy.
huh?
Yeah, it's off the chain, brother. It's off the
It's off the
chain.
chain, man.
Mhm.
So with that, I find a lot of our people, our young people, and this is just my opinion of the young sister. Like I said, it's my opinion that she's falling into that algorithm. She's falling into that
Absolutely.
wave of sensationalism
Absolutely.
and recognition. And when you're living in an age of voyeurism and exhibitist,
Yeah.
you have to go higher and higher.
You
Next, you're
do.
gonna have to tightrope walk butt naked off a skyscrapers.
Exactly.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That is a fact.
So that's
So
gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting debate.
right. Because, yeah, it does get harder because people start learning your pattern the more, like me. I feel like the more debates I'm doing, the more somebody's watching my patterns. They're watching, but see, that's why. And it's funny because in the debate league for this is season 4, correct?
Yeah.
According to Nundy, they've been debating the Bible for 1, 2, 3 seasons out of the 4. So almost, yeah. And so now that I want to debate nutrition and health, they're like, oh, Black Sun, why don't you come out of your safe zones? Like, dude, what? Come on now, cut it out.
What that
Hey,
mean? Because I was listening to the debate. What the safe zone mean?
it means they don't want to fuck with me on that title. So they want to drag me into the whole Bible debate, and I'm like, no, the
Mm.
Bible's boring. So
Mm.
yeah, I'm like, no, come where I'm at. Yeah, come
Yeah.
come in my house. Yeah,
Yeah, get a little
Welcome to the
enlightenment.
Yeah, welcome to the Terror Dome. What's up, Seduction? What's cracking,
Hey,
cousin? Yo.
shit, man. 'Cause I was like, oh, I've been all over the place. I was finally settled in. I was like, oh, I got the notification. I was like, for real? I was just about to tap in and be like, I was thinking about doing my shit too today. But then I was like, man, let's take a little break. I have my
Let's
people
see.
here from Lake Charles, so they're super ampy. They kind of washed up on me.
Yeah,
And so they
that's
ain't
what's
seen me in
up.
like 10 years, so we like hyped.
Oh. These your peeps.
Yeah. So like little girl, and she went off at being Lake Charles and shit. I didn't even know she was back. I'm like, I told you I was reaching out because I was sick. I'm not feeling well anymore with my heart, and I was like, let's hang out.
Yeah,
Everybody's so
yeah.
boring. Let's hang out. So we was hanging out and sipping on some let's comfort, smoking cigarettes, laughing and giggling, reminiscing. But
Okay, y'all
super
getting
hype.
caught up on some shit. That's what's
Mhm.
cracking.
Like just
That's
the
definitely
energy
what's
is real like that. Us Southerners, man, they got real good vibes.
Yeah,
Especially like right here, it's been real serious. I was happy to have that. Happy.
that's what's up. What's Che into? How's Che?
Oh, today is Mama's birthday, and I messaged him right when I got in here. He ain't called back, so I figured he'd finally just get home or fell asleep, or because I was asking me
Okay.
want to come on the show. I've been interviewing him every Thursday. It's a real
Every
thing.
Thursday? Yo,
Yeah, because
plug your channel, plug the
um,
network.
yes, actually, I do the co-host of Frontline Black News in Colorado and solo host of the Revolutionary Agenda. I do it all, and I contribute to Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. Frontline Black News is with me and Jesse Paris, my mate. And then I just got my own revolutionary shit going on. So I got to dip
Right.
off by myself. They're rude.
My
They don't know
man,
how much to
and
make.
okay. And sending
Yeah, you got
shouts
to
out
get
to my
us.
man, brother Jesse, aka also known
Shane
as.
Kruger. Yeah.
Hey man, what you gotta start pushing him at on my Revolutionary channel. My brother
Yeah.
Che and Kruma.
Shane Kruger.
Um, hey man, pushing it, understanding the need
Yeah.
for revolutionary seizure of political power.
Yeah.
See, these are the people. This is what I'm talking about.
Everything
We
got to
talk
change.
because what do you say, seduction?
So everything got to change. Like, it'd be nice. I would listen to Professor Black Truth earlier today where he's talking about put a whole bunch of radicals in there. And as long as they're on the movement to change this shit up, wipe it all out. Fucking start over. It's okay. I feel it. To start over. What could be the worst thing that could happen? Shit get right?
Yeah, exactly.
That could be like the worst thing. Anything else, we already been there, done that at least 100 times.
Yeah, okay, okay. That's the word. But you know what? When you can't think outside the box, when
Yeah.
you can't, it's just that simple. When you can't think outside the box, when you start, and especially when alternative lifestyles have been promoted as not just radical,
Mm.
but frighteningly radical.
Yeah.
Like when you talk revolution, when you talk about this change, to a lot of people, they just see an end of their luxury. I don't know if they see all of a
Yeah.
sudden
They
themselves
see
in gray
themselves be
suits.
broke.
Yeah, gray
Lack
suits
of
marching
adjustment
into
right
a
there.
factory with music and
Mhm.
that type of shit.
I
You
feel
know,
sometimes that some people don't deserve the things they have because they take it for granted, and the ones that really, really struggle, they don't want those same things. I don't want the same things that most people have. I like not having a lot of things. They keep me to where I'm not materialistic, or kind of I could be okay. Whereas I see my sister, she's like, "Whoa, look at my shoes!" Whoa. I'm like, everything I got, it's free. Like I'm thinking to myself, see that, like let me be about, let me just be a little humble, like, where I bed, that's nice. I don't know nothing about this though. But you look good though. Like you look
yeah,
good, make you happy. Shit, I'm happy. You like it, I
yeah,
love it. But
yeah,
at
yeah.
the same
But
time, I can't be that way. It's not for me.
no,
I feel not natural to be materialistic or um needing that way to keep I don't know. I had money and I had no money. I had money and I had no money. Right now, I'd rather be no money and kind of make it from there because I feel better about it.
well,
Versus
I'm gonna
the
tell you, I don't
pressure.
know. I don't think it's to me. I have a good relationship with money. I
Mhm.
think to me, it's all about your relationship with
Facts.
money. Money
Not
itself
relationship.
isn't capitalism. I
Yeah.
think capitalism, a large part of capitalism, what makes capitalism go are the superstructures. And superstructures are institutions that promote a way of life. So the superstructure of the school system that promotes the way of life for most people, because capitalism is broke up into, it has these subclasses, but
Mhm.
the two major classes are the haves and the fucking have-nots.
Right.
And in order for the haves to have, you must have the have-nots not to have.
Right. That part.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
want to see them not have nothing, just so they can get a
Right.
sense of
So
understanding.
it's the attitude in that. It's the attitude and feeling like, so that's what schools push, that attitude of individualism, of fuck everybody else. You should have as much as you want, not as much as you need, even overconsumption. Motherfucker
Right.
got 5 cars.
Yep.
Right.
Motherfucker got a house, 3 houses, and each house has 20 bedrooms.
Right.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
I think about it too. Like I'm like an '80s kid. I think about it now when I look at things. They don't have no sense of earning it. It's almost a sense of entitlement.
Yep.
With this generation or these generations, as too, to take it back with the agendas. I don't mind. Sometimes some things are offensive to me. Okay, and if I let it sit on me, it's gonna bother me. I might end up saying like some real radical shit later. And I had this conversation, the same kind of conversation. I'm getting into it online. I don't like that cyber shit. But somebody said, like a dude holding up a sign said, trans girls are girls, right? I said, no, they're not. I love the reactionary, which I learned is something I want to control, right? Like, no, they're not. I'm a real girl. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I went into it. I was like, this is offensive. This is offensive. You're offending. Like, this is offensive to a regular woman. You know, there's a lot to be a woman. It's nothing to pretend to be a woman. So the whole separate situation. And I realize that this time, like, we're being subjected to a lot of this agendas. You can't talk to these. You can't look at them. You can't, everything's so sensitive, and that right there, it breeds this like sense of mediocrity. Like,
Yeah.
nobody's saying no.
Mhm.
Don't do your best. Do above and beyond. That's all I remember. Go do
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Do more. Be more. Now it's just like, okay, well, you did your best. Or, I don't wonder what's going on. You can't ask them nothing. You can't talk to them, or you're looking at them. It's like eyeballing them. You're gonna go to jail, or eyeballing them is a crime, or like right now I'm getting into this person. They're like, you hate. You hate. I don't necessarily say that. I would say this. What is offensive to me has to come to a point when we're talking about black people coming up and
Yeah.
all these other things. They already got what they needed. And I'll be like that. I'll be like, sit it down. It's not your time no more. You can't tokenize everything. This is us right now.
And we shouldn't have to be
Shouldn't have to be like
apologetic
that.
for that.
Right.
I
They're like,
agree with
you're
that,
hating. You
Seduction.
this. I
Yeah.
don't care. I know that it's wrong. I know that you can't. I know that I want to see the family breed and grow like how it's supposed to be when it's
Mhm.
time. Right.
Yeah.
Not with all the other little factors and agendas and shit that we don't need right now. It's a malfunction, and I don't mind saying it. I don't care what they think of me. That's the whole point. I be like, that's the whole point of me. I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
supposed
Having the absolute right to be you. And that's what I argue. That slowly we don't understand fascism coming into play because we don't see it in the big flags or big armies marching down the street. But so much of this political correctness, if it goes so far, it can become fascism. It becomes censorship of speech. If you start talking about promotion of the black family in a black African traditional way, of
You become
man,
an
woman, and
enemy of the
family.
state
Then
like that.
all of a sudden you're offending people. You're not being sensitive to that. You're not this and that. So we begin to alienate again another section of our society, and that section largely being those the proponents of black continuation. Those are the people. I don't give a fuck
You can't be an
how
ally
we
if
attack.
secretly you're still on the supremacist shit. You know what I mean? Like people always
Well,
say realize it, but there's no such thing when it comes to something so serious. You know?
my exactly, because my thing is when you, especially when I'm censored,
Oh
you know what
yeah,
I'm saying? When
can't have that.
when my way of life, my whatever
They don't want
is
us to have that.
threatened to the point of I can't express it.
Right.
You know what
Look
I'm
at them
saying?
blocking
Like,
channels and they make us work so much harder when it's okay to be weird, have all these other things going on that don't make no sense. I myself can't say I recognize myself as such and such a. If you can't tell I'm a real girl, I don't know what to tell you. Like I don't know how much more I can prove to you without compromising my morals. You know what I mean? I'm a girl. There's certain things I cannot do since I'm 41 years old. You know what I mean? These are unnecessary. Who cares?
well,
Everybody knew what
welcome.
that person was when they was coming up in life. You didn't, it's all a show now, and that show is causing this continuous pushback, and they push forward. Buffer classes push forward. Everybody sits back. We know it's gonna be long, but goddamn, this shit is scaring. It's still keeping the other people who are scared to rise up or feel empowered or whatever. It's keeping them that way because it's defeating.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be careful treading here, because none of it is my territory.
Okay.
I don't take away, and I'll say that. I
Right.
think that black women have a right to defend their position. I know trans and all that other shit, and motherfuckers gonna get mad. They have a right to defend their position and to defy womanhood and what people are trying to force upon us, society general as a whole, as womanhood, and specifically those people that come under attack. And
Yeah,
you
it
can't get mad.
pushes
And that's why I
back too.
said, huh?
What it does is it pushes the masculine the masculine heterosexual black man back more, and it's
Mhm.
not really empowering. It's more disturbing, and it's a distraction. Yeah, we can't focus on us even protecting, loving, growing with each other, uplifting each other, looking out for each other. If we're gonna constantly be in competition with something that
And
isn't
that's
factual right now, isn't relevant, it should just sit
Yeah.
back. We know what it is. We know who those people are. Hey, live your truth, but don't push it on me.
that's
Mhm.
that's the point. The derailment. I agree with you on that wholeheartedly. I believe that, and I believe it's by design. I
Mhm.
believe that uh when you start looking at agendas, movements, and things of that nature, and the climate and the temperament, that's when it starts getting real. And that's
Mhm.
when you start to see diversions come in.
Yeah. They had a
This
whole
whole movement,
manifesto, a whole gay manifesto about how they're gonna take over the world. And I mean, for it's like 37 years of that, and I read it out loud on my show because I felt like maybe we needed a reminder, gentlemen, ladies, that there's a hostile takeover coming up, and we just been sitting back beefing and doing all this other distractive shit that isn't behooving us, keeping us more in this condition, and they're doing outrageous shit, a whole manifesto. It wasn't even a good one either, but it's out
well,
there. It's out
Yeah.
there.
yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
They're gonna have, they're gonna have their movement. My
Mhm.
thing is, we have to concentrate, double down, and move ours forward. I'm not gonna intentionally attack their movement,
No.
but when it starts to spill into what we're trying to accomplish, then those things that aren't advantageous to us as a people have to be addressed. You know, it's for a revolutionary, it's a tough call because I'm anti-oppression.
Right.
I don't believe no fucking people should be oppressed.
Right.
However, I am black nationalist.
Mhm.
And so I believe in the continuation of the black family. And I know the only way to do that is through the way that I select, because there's some culturalism in my belief, is through what I believe is natural processes of a man and a woman coming together. So
That's
I
the way I
can't
thought it was supposed
advocate
to
a
be.
lifestyle that's contrary to my beliefs. I can't be
Right.
hypocritical to my beliefs, you know.
And
So
I
I
can
think
see we could talk. You know, I can associate with certain individuals if we vibe correctly. I will push my stuff on them. I hope they will respect me on that, because I'm not. You know, I see it from both. I'm a woman, a heterosexual woman. I also seen it from in a mind of a heterosexual man as well, and I see the pressures and the insecurities and it's daunting, and
but see,
I really don't like it. I
you
wish
know what?
everybody just do them. It would be all
But you
right.
know what? I'm gonna say this. What's up first? Let me say, what's up, Blue? What's cracking with you?
What's cracking? Black Power.
Black
Oh,
Power, Black
okay.
Power, man. Yeah. Oh, Captain. So I'm gonna say this though. Um, keep up the good fight. I think that black women should keep up the fight
I have to.
as far as being able to defy black womanhood. And here's why. And brothers, y'all gonna be pissed at me. We gave up the fight a long fucking time ago. They have pushed everybody on us to be black men. Hell, I remember when everybody was running around talking about Bill Clinton's the first black president.
Oh yeah, I remember
Bill
that.
Clinton's the first black. You know what I'm saying? You remember that, son?
Yeah, I remember that
Because I thought it
bullshit.
was cool, but he was like, he's not black. He's like,
Right.
might have been cool
So
for
they've
1 minute.
always been pushing
Mhm.
people on. They've always been changing the parameters
Yeah.
of black manhood, black malehood. He's the first. He black. He black. He like a black man. He like. So they've been changing our shit.
Like he never had the same. It's different. They got to see the different energies and versus them and you. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you don't have champions of black manhood, it's hard for them to see that energy. When the images of black manhood that are promoted intentionally by the state are assimilist motherfuckers that want to be, they marry white women, they move out and live in white neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? They try to speak, they go to start playing golf and shit.
And
You
the whole
gonna see
vibe
this,
change. They're all like a whole different type of black. You know,
right?
a whole different type of.
You see what I'm
Like that
saying?
House Diddy.
So when this is
Shit
promoted,
going on out here.
you see what I'm saying? So when this is promoted as black male achievement, black male success,
Yeah, it's based off of what the white man is, really.
there you are. So
That's
you will
right.
always only be second fiddle.
Yeah, that's
You
terrible.
will always only be second
I got
fiddle.
stat right there. That's terrible.
Right. So I can understand why, you know, I can't understand, but I see where they're getting the ammunition. These sisters are getting the ammunition to come as black men because we're trying to be successful and they're holding us to the standards of success by the oppressor.
Right.
By something that is against your very
They
nature.
forgot what it was like to when you were just a regular person struggling together. You know what I mean? And some things were just you just did it together. There's not a lot of teamwork now, and even though there's more dysfunction, I noticed that a lot. I always tell because I'm not perfect. I have my little moments where I'm like trying to get them to engage, so I'm kind of picking on them or whatever. But I'm like, I don't, this dysfunction. It's not good, but I'm like real quiet about it. Just like, hey man, talk to me, blah blah blah. Right? I just want to try to talk to him. But I see the dysfunction in other people as far as couples, and I have to tell them, like, sometimes I'll be like, I have friends. I'm like, hey man, check it out. This is not okay because it's a bad look. You got other men looking at him like, yo, you know what? He looks soft, and you look like a bully. You look real aggressive, and that's not attractive at all. Like, you're not supposed to let people see that. You're not supposed to call them bad names. Like, you treat them like with a sense of their worth. You know what I mean? Like, and we forget that the man is actually what we need. Can't just keep messing with the protector or the provider. And they ain't gonna protect us and provide for us no more. We keep fucking with them, and pushing them away, and then what happens? Some white lady pick him up because they think he's a grandson on the other side. They say, "No, you jail," or he over there doing some old weird shit because he's trying to get the money to support whatever he's trying to support. And it's just a roundabout circle for him to fail. We don't need him to fail. That's the whole thing about black empowerment. It's supposed to lift him up. Okay, bro, you come on, I got the ball. Let's do this together again. If we have to, again, because it's not fair. It's wrong. It's all bad. Just keep them down so that others can pick them up and just throw them back down.
Yeah, absolutely. That's by design.
Yeah,
it's to destabilize. Blue, I don't know what's going on, bro, but I threw you up twice. I guess you wanted to. I guess it's so nice you had to do it twice.
Maybe you got a twin. That'd be tight, Blue. If you had a twin, I would like a twin. Ramel's supposed to be my twin. Speaking of, Ramel said hi.
Man, give Ramel my peace, man. Tell the God I said peace.
I'm bringing mommy with because he's too hyped up, and I feel like we gotta have a center conversation, and then he
bring
can
him
be
on.
all right.
Ramel is always. You better bring my brother on.
Yeah. He been wanting to talk to you. I've been waiting for you to come back.
Bring Ramel on, man. Ramel is always welcome here.
Yeah. I want to do that. Should I do it now? Cause
please. Yeah.
Bear with me, Black Family. Having technical difficulties, but just one moment.
Right on. And just make sure you let him know that we're live so we don't catch him off the muster.
I'm gonna put him on. I'm gonna put myself on mute real quick. And
okay.
I'm glad I caught you. I was like, why did you go earlier? Usually, I'm surprised you're awake.
Man, listen. I'm awake because I didn't go earlier. I fell asleep. So while seduction gets the God Ramel on, we'll begin that build. Hell, I'll talk a little bit about what seduction was talking about the black male thing. And it's by design. I know everybody says, oh, that's a cop out. How long will you guys use that? You're always talking about the white man. There's no way to avoid putting white supremacy through white influence into the conversation. There's no way to. The very fact that we're having this conversation in English includes white influence into the development of black people. And when you talk about white influences or influences in the development of people, you have to ask yourself, how was these influences interjected? It wasn't like there was some form held and we were asked, hey, you guys, do you want to use this? Do you want to be a part of it? None of that. A lot of their influence to influence our decisions was injected forcibly. So there's no way to have a conversation about the development or the black male evolving in certain type of environments and why we behave the way we behave without including white people. It's ridiculous. Peace, seduction. Was you able to get the guy Ramel on? I think it's ridiculous. You know, you can't do it. And it's not a matter of making excuses. It's just a matter of making sure that the measurements, and if you're going to pass some type of judgment, that it's you're looking at the facts. You know, let me present my facts. Oh, I heard that's an excuse. Let me present my facts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's all we're saying. And if you don't see how remarkable black people are after the intentional destruction of black development, then you crazy as hell.
It's true that. True. It's also everybody want to be black, but nobody want to do the struggle. Nobody want to
Right.
do the work that it takes to live. You know, they just think it's so easy. It's not. No idea what
Man,
it's like.
man, black then became this. That's the dangers of capitalism. Nothing is sacred. Black then became black is a commodity now. Black is something to be sold. You
Yep,
can sell black. 50 Cent is selling black. 50
he
Cent
sure
got all
is.
the black shows on TV. Right. Black is
Yeah,
a
they
commodity
all have the
now.
same
Shit.
vibe though.
Huh?
I think they're all kind of like a lot of the same lives of the same vibe. I dig the power was. I'm like, man, it's a lot.
Yeah.
He's
I
doing a
mean,
lot right now.
yeah.
Making that bread though. Should be
There it
thankful.
is. Capitalism. I'm not, I mean, I'm not knocking the hustle. I'm
Yeah,
just showing what the hustle in relation to. I'm just showing how black pays.
yeah. I wish you make some
You
more
know,
music though.
now I'm not. Here's why it's called black exploitation,
Mm.
and I'm not saying so much. Are one of the reasons that it's referred to as black
Please leave your
exploitation
message for.
is because not only does it show some of the less positive elements in the black community, so to speak,
Yeah.
but it doesn't, are those residuals going back to the community?
No.
Are we the very things you're depicting? Are you building institutions to ensure that shit like that doesn't continue in our community? Are you ensuring brothers and sisters in our communities other ways out than the drug selling and the gang banging? And then not only providing that, are you attempting when you're making these people, when you're giving us these options to get out, that also we're creating institutions for us to benefit from directly.
Yeah.
They directly affect the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I want to see more co-op. I want to see more. We can't kumbaya. Obviously, not everybody's gonna go with us, but I want to see more, at least a little bit more, just a small bit more unity. Like buying black, co-oping, things like that, where you with your brothers and sisters, your neighbors, where you're spending your actual money versus like how you said it one time, that we ain't gotta spend our money, we got consumer power,
Yeah,
and like that, and that really rung with me. That really rung with me. Because I was like,
man,
damn,
that's
I
what's
ain't
up.
got to spend no money. See,
Right.
I can spend it
Yeah.
with this person. What? It's a whole new world, when you finally understand it. Then you got the power. You don't got to give it to these big old corporations, and they're just gonna, it's a trap. You ain't got to do that. You could put money in this, in your friend's stuff. You know what I mean? Their vegetables or their items or their health care, their hair care, their herbs, their things. You can just keep it rotating. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that.
Yes. How you doing?
All right, we're
Salute.
live. We're live. Romel. We got Brother Yanga, Brother Blue times 2 on the on the
Blue
on the live, and it's Brother Yanga's show. So, and Romel's here.
Peace, God. What's
Peace,
peace,
guys. How you
man?
doing, brother? Salute.
I'm
Proud to the people, brother.
proud to the people, man. Yeah, man. I'm glad that you was able. The timing is perfect, man, to have you come on. Timing was perfect.
Oh
We
man,
just sitting
Romel,
here
we're
right.
trying to talk to you.
Hey, man. I always enjoy the conversations with the God. We just sitting here right now, Romel, building on really just the black man. And I'm glad we're having this build because of late, I've been surfing these YouTube channels, and it seems like the attack of the black male has resurged. I don't know. Maybe it's our time. Maybe I'm missing something in the stars or something. But it
Nah, I think
seems
it's
like
example
that the
season.
attack on black manhood and the black male has intensified.
Yeah, I think it's example season. I think that once men can feel empowered, either by the brothers or by the sisters, without no shaming, no real issues, but actually empower them. I think that I honestly believe that there are so many grand possibilities. They haven't really had a chance. Y'all really haven't had a chance to really succeed the way you should. there's been a lot of holding back and a lot of disgruntled shit. You know, even with the organizations, that it's designed for you to stay back and fail. I want to see more. I want to see actual. I know that's possible. I want to see something good. You know, I like to see the like Jesse. I like seeing them be ambitious and running for a serious position. And I was, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared for him. I'm like, I don't know, man. I was look, you gotta make me believe. But after a while, I started listening to his talking points, and I was like, damn, it's what we need to hear. And it's not like hope. It's like for real, like what a regular person is actually means it. And they're not trying to show out for, you know, or they're not prostituting themselves for the almighty dollar or for the popularity of what
Right.
these people want. You're just doing it because this is what black people need, not want, need.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing, you know, to see that because he's just a little guy, regular person. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he's up against a lot of money and
Well, you know, you said something a little earlier that I wanted to go back and hit when you said about what you like to see. And I think a lot of people would agree with you. We like to see more unity in our community. We like to see more positive images of black males, right?
more love.
I think,
Love.
yeah, one love. I think that's possible. I think it's out there. When you said that, it just something had hit me though. I'm thinking about perspectives.
Yeah.
Maybe we're trained not to see it. Like, even if it's right in front of our face, we're trained to see black male success individually. Like, we all each know successful black men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know positive, energetic, enthusiastic, vibrant, motivated black men. But we fail to see them collectively.
Yeah.
However, we see a nigga we don't know on the corner doing something niggerish and say, look at them niggas. That's why niggas ain't shit. We don't even know this guy.
Yeah, we immediately jumped to some shit. Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So I think we're trained not to see success associated with us as a people.
it's a programming thing. They program
Yeah.
it like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
indeed.
Real shit.
Mhm. And it's terrible because you know that one like me, you know, like I was telling you a long time ago, I'm running the street. They're designed to fail, and now I don't want to fail. I want to be, you know, like a productive member of society. I want to be of service, right? And
Right.
it's so hard to get to make them understand that. I stopped asking. I was like, look, I'm gonna make you respect me. I'm gonna make you understand that I'm not here for me or you. This is about humanity and the people. Black first, of
Common
course,
cause.
but the people are homeless. The people need to eat. The people need a place to live. That's what
Yeah.
you don't like me. I don't care. You're not supposed to like me, but you just gotta work with me.
They-
Just work with me.
What's up, God? Was you gonna say something? Did you want to speak
No, I
on it?
was gonna say it's all about that common cause, brother. You know what I'm saying? And you right about that positive image of the black man, because we're created and we're formed into the image of God, mentally and physically. You know what I mean? That's the image we're supposed to uphold. And as far as, you know, people doing things on, like you were talking about people on the corner, you know what I mean, doing the most and, you know, doing negative and all that, you know, but those people, they could turn around and be the greatest revolutionary ever if they put their mind to it.
Right.
So all I see is potential. I don't see it as negative, because as hard as they go on their grind, if they turn their grind around to some revolutionary stuff,
Yeah.
you know, they'd be the greatest revolutionary ever.
That's how it happened with me. That's definitely how it
Yeah.
happened with me.
Yeah. But
I
you
was
know,
like, okay, I gotta leave this crib shit. But it's right there. It's there. It's never going nowhere. But I'm never gonna grow up. And me growing
Yeah.
up is grow up and be who I am. Revolutionary.
that's real talk.
I see potential. I don't see error. I see potential.
I think that too. We don't give each other enough chance to grow out of the dysfunction. You know what I mean? I think that we so busy crucifying everybody all the time and judging them. We don't give them a chance to grow out of that. Eventually, we got to grow up. It took a long time. Eventually, you got to grow up. You got to see something worth growing up for. I think that we don't give each other enough patience to grow in our time. You know, they want now. But what if you can't do it right then and there? Like when I'm 20 something, I don't have it in me right now. When I'm 40 something, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to grow up. I'm ready to be serious, be of service to the community. Right? Serious shit. And it took a long time. And I didn't think I had enough. Nobody really gave me that opportunity to just grow in my time to be something for everybody else. You know, and which is good. I think in my mind, I feel like I made a major growth thing. I was so proud of myself. But like everybody say, I'm like, yeah, that came a long way. Looking back, like, whoa.
Yeah.
I just got one thing to say. You know how the neighborhoods are being gentrified and all that? So our neighborhoods aren't even our neighborhoods no more, right? And this is just a random thought that I had in my mind right now. Our neighborhoods aren't our neighborhoods anymore. And then the hustles, like the Wii game. The Wii game was controlled by the original man for the most part. And then now the government took that over. You know what I mean? Now the dispensaries took that over. You know, and then from what I hear, they're going to make prostitution legal and crack and harder drugs legal.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I'm just like, you know, so where does that leave the bootleg man? You know what I mean? What kind of crimes are they trying to gear us to commit now? You know what I mean? I don't know. Just a random thought.
Yeah, like too, like you remember.
Now, you know what? I agree with you. Yeah, I used to talk about that at one point in time. I used to talk about the so-called underground economy or the community economy, you know, and because I remember those. I'm from the hood like that. I remember the bootleg man. That's when, you know, the elder whatever supplemented that income, that little nothing so-called Social Security check with beer on Sundays.
Yeah.
When you couldn't get alcohol. Some states got hip to that and began to make it legal to get beer on Sundays. I remember Candy Lady. I don't know if y'all remember Candy. Even if you was where I'm from, Candy Lady is such a tradition where I'm from that even if you a man, if you sell candy out of the house, you Candy Lady. You were like, yo, I'm going to Candy Lady. And Bob answered the door.
Yeah, I was living on the street. People at
answer the door. Peace, little brother. Hey, Candy Lady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was a position. And then you get these foreigners that come in and they already economically exploiting the neighborhood with the ridiculous prices in the convenience store.
Yep.
But they take the community economy because these motherfuckers sell loose cigarettes too.
Yeah.
They win.
10 cents.
10 cents. They start to cash food stamps in too.
Yep. I ran a
the community economy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they get rid of the hustle in the hood now too. The government, they want to be the biggest drug dealer, the biggest pimp, all that now.
Yeah.
You know, so where does that leave the little guy like the sister be talking about all the time? You know,
right.
I mean, what are we gonna do? What are we going to do? You know
they want us to go back to doing the worst shit. So, but it's either way. They made everything so like here in Colorado, 4 grams of anything. Okay, you can pretty much just you're good. 4 grams. Let's do that. 4 grams of forgive me, crystal meth or cocaine or crack. It's a lot to get popped with and not go to jail. They're like, all right, well, let me go ahead and get rid of that. Throw that in the trash right in front of me.
Okay.
Right, okay, sure. I'm gonna put it right on top. Bye. Yeah, I'm back to trapping. That's fucking ridiculous. 4 grams? That's a lot. They're not talking about like a half a gram. They might let you slide. You hear me? No.
That's a little bit more than an 8-ball.
You good?
Yeah.
What? Or prostitution? Well, I don't care what time where that's still you get set up. You're going to jail for solicitation. and your people with you. Okay, if you have somebody with you,
Yeah.
your driver,
Well,
your
you know,
parents, go to
when
jail.
that's the whole thing. When everything is a racket, when everything is designed to get you paid, it
Mhm.
changes. You know, here's the danger of capitalism. Everybody talks about, oh, this capitalism. You always screaming capitalism, and even us black people who advocate capitalism, I don't think really understand how capitalism works and its superstructures, and how when it gets its tentacles in you, it creates something like a hamster's wheel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how the hamster's on the wheel running and running and running? It
Yeah.
creates something like a hamster's wheel.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons it does that is because at the center point, at the very existence of capitalism, from our perspective, is consumer,
Mhm.
is to get. You know, and we've been so tricked that we feel like we've been tricked into this theory of capitalism, why we can tolerate homelessness, why we can tolerate malnutrition and just poor education and just the gross misspending of trillions of dollars in our government, is because we believe we believe in order for other people to have the rights of human existence, we're gonna go without.
Oh,
We have been tricked to believe that if there's something called equity,
Mm.
then we're going to go without. And that is bullshit. And I think that is one of the biggest tricks that capitalism has played on us as Black Africans here in America, as consumers.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know,
I think too is
that
the conditioning of
yeah.
See,
it's a revolving door of debt
Yeah.
too. You know? Debt and
the dollar
problems.
ain't worth nothing.
Yeah, I heard.
It's
I
just
don't know
face
nothing about
value.
it.
Yeah, right.
I heard that the dollar went down, or I don't know. I don't really understand it because it talks about money. I like to look for people, especially right now in my early education or reprogramming. I like to look at people who understand how money you need in order to know money. You have to have a foundation for money. You gotta know
Yeah.
how to budget and balance and spend within your means. People like me don't have that, didn't have that, so it's a whole new thing when you want to learn to be economically responsible, financially responsible. People
Yeah.
don't have that balance. They don't. That they're just reckless, and that reckless shit is cause us to keep saying a revolving thing of debt and needing the system for money, like welfare or whatnot. Instead of like
Well,
being able to just go make it legally.
yeah. Well, we
Legally.
live in America. America is one big Walt Disney. America is listen, it is the land of illusion. It teaches you to numb your pain, not to address it. Look at the medical system. They don't give you a cure, they give you something for the symptom. So America is the same way socially. It doesn't want to give us a cure for poverty. It doesn't want to begin to get a cure for the unhoused, for the way that we handle mental issues, the way that we handle child care and child issues in our community. It doesn't want to address that. What it wants to do is give band-aid solutions while it tortures us, the poor, while it penalizes us, because that's what the state is, an agent of the upper class, of a different class. While it penalizes us, it gives them the luxuries to numb them to sleep and ease their conscience. Got that new iPhone coming out, that new big screen, got a new, and you turning a blind eye to people's shelters being kicked over by representatives of state authority. The basic essentials of life being denied to human beings because you were standing in fucking line to get a damn iPhone Galaxy 3061 9G. crazy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's
You know,
crazy.
to
That is
add on to
crazy.
what you were saying, one time I heard that they paid like 500, I don't know if it's billion or trillion dollars in expenses for the military, right? And I heard that it only takes a small portion of that to eliminate world hunger.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, you know, if that's true from what I read, then, you know, obviously these people are taking advantage of the situation and they're profiting off of keeping somebody down and keeping somebody poor. So it just along the lines of what you're saying, Yanga, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, these people, it's like a parasite, you know what I mean? That, you know, just feeds off its host, you know, and that's what I see going on here, you know, as far as with the government, you know. And like you said, with illusion, they want you to be focused on the wrong shit. They want you to be focused on, you know, the marijuana, the booze, you know, the party life, you know what I mean? You know, that pursuit of happiness instead of looking at what's wrong with the situation and looking at how you could change the situation.
Exactly. But you know, that's why I call it Walt Disney, because like you used the word pursuit of happiness. Is it happiness? And I love the word you used. I love the fact that you used pursuit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love the fact that you use pursuit because that's exactly what it is. A constant chase for what we perceive that will be happiness. If I obtain this certain amount of money or something, there'll be happiness. But if we go back to the
word you were talking about, brother.
I'm sorry.
I'll say that's that hamster wheel you were talking about.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just spinning around and around, getting nowhere.
And like, if we go back to the black CNN, to the black philosophers of hip hop, Biggie warned us about that trap of capitalism. Biggie said, "More money, more." What did he say? More money, more problems.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we chase these riches. And when we obtain these riches, then we got more issues. Oh, man, hold on. Sup, sister? What's up, Queen Nundy, sister? Let me go and put this link in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, got from the camp. Let me go on and shoot that up.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm trying to get my the light on my computer to come on. I'm just looking at it. Keep carry on.
So, yeah, God. So that's what, you know, so it's like the more money, the more problems. So we get these monies thinking that it's going to alleviate certain problems that we have. And what we end up finding is they have compounded them. It's all a trick, you know. But you get caught up in this cycle and forget, because they bombard you, they pile on top of you so many personal motherfucking issues that it's hard to be connected to a community.
Right.
And while sometimes it's even, let's keep it real, you know, shit. This is Yanga. We're gonna talk real.
Right.
Sometimes you don't even want to connect to a community because you got all these personal issues and you know what it is connecting to somebody black.
Mm-hmm.
They got issues.
Yep. It's true though.
They gonna need $1 or $2.
Yeah. I can't do too much with myself. Yeah.
They gonna need a couch to crash on.
Yeah, that's true.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And you
So
know
they're
what I
gonna
mean?
need these things.
It's hard. It is hard. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. These people are taking advantage, man. They sitting back, you know, this is their amusement, you know, watching us, you know, fight against each other, you know, with the whole time they just counting dividends and they coming up with more strategies on how to, you know, just feed off us, man. Feed off our misery. That's what I think is going on, you know.
Yeah.
Well, like I say, black dollars is big dollars. Everybody, let's go back to, we can talk about 50 Cent again. You know, we can talk about, okay, None, you gonna go back to your page? Yeah, I didn't see that you were on. So I went on and did a show, but jump on here, please. We can go back to 50 Cent. We can talk about what we were just talking about now. Those people who this whole movement to downgrade black males. That's sensational. It draws attention. It gets numbers. Even if people don't agree with what you're saying, they're gonna tune in just to see how fucking crazy you sound.
Yeah. Just so they can talk
You know
about
what I'm saying? So it's sensational. And so yeah, black dollars, hell. When the foreigners come over here, where they set up shop at? Our neighborhoods.
Yep.
Black has always the cha-ching go with black. Cha-ching.
Yeah.
Point me in the direction of the Negroes.
This is facts though. I tell you, they're really making money off of us.
Hey man.
Yeah.
Point me in the direction of them fools. You know, I'll sell them African medallion made in China, like my girl Just Me say from General Chang. Hey, Just Me, those your words. So you know what I'm saying? Real shit. We will buy something. We are so frivolous in our spending and where products come from that we will buy an item, a commodity, and that same company sponsor a fucking politician that has outright vehemently says he hates niggers and poor people.
Oh shit. Yeah.
But we don't care. We'll get somewhere and raise our fist. Oh, down with him. Rah, rah, rah. And then go buy a product that supports the fucking campaign. In fact, we'll be out there drinking or eating the product at a protest against this motherfucker. Do you think he really cares about your ugly black ass out there just waving a fist? Without account, you have to hit. The only thing capitalists understand is hitting their pockets. Everybody understands it. What did they tell? Elijah Muhammad understood it. Yeah. Everybody thinks Elijah Muhammad killed Malcolm because Malcolm was just exposing some shit. No. Malcolm was taking his followers. When they killed Malcolm X, what did they say? Get your hand out my pocket, nigga.
Yeah. Right.
Get your hand out my pocket, nigga. That was a message to Malcolm.
Yeah.
That's what these motherfuckers understand. We can pick it and bick it and cry and bitch, moan and oh.
Yeah. I mean, like I heard today, like unless you're actively going to do something about it, we can't even whine no more. We have to really get on it, you know?
Yeah.
It's time to show and prove, yeah. I heard that today too.
Pardon me, Black family. I gotta go. I'll call right back in.
All right.
All right, God. Peace.
Okay. Well, that was
fun. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I do.
Power on.
I feel like, oh shit.
Oh, what's going on over there at the headquarters in Colorado? You gotta go. It's cracking.
Yeah, it is because I would say like I don't mind agitating some shit to change it around. So I was really on that today, really on it. We had city council in this little forum that me and Jesse like to. Jesse likes to participate in it. I personally think that dude, the dude of the show is like he's a coon. He's for red. Like I can't get. One day he's doing this, one day he's that. I can't. I'm just gonna. Some things I just cannot hold back anymore. I've come to a level of my age where I just don't want to hold back and not say the truth. Of what I'm seeing.
They probably
in trouble.
They probably know you in Colorado. They probably know when you show up to city council meetings.
Yeah.
Or when you show, especially with Che.
Like he said, they
already know you're off the hooks. I don't want to say pit bull because I don't want to liken you to a dog, but the ferocity
Yeah.
of that. You know what I'm saying? You be on the fucking
It's
attack,
refreshing.
man.
I would think like I would look at it like this refreshing because there's nobody out there talking like that. I was like, no more white supremacy passes. Look at our city. It looked like rocks and drops and other, because we had city council in there. And I told the lady she's supposed to be the pride of the East Side, the only one that supposedly has our best interests at heart in this area. And I'm like, look, I'm just gonna keep it. I came in front. 11 of your coworkers, I am disgusted with. I don't like how they
Wow.
treat the homelessness. I don't like how they treat the homeless people. I don't like how they keep replacing further like benches with big boulders and big metal troughs that they don't put plants in. They just have dirt and whatnot. I don't like how they're policing the main train station with the feds and the police and like other people, like 4 groups, just because there's homeless people congregating there. They don't like the drug activity. Well, you keep moving these people around. It's cold out. There's a lot of factors for why people do drugs. There's a lot of factors. However, this place that the train station, just to go from the bus to the train to the light rail, whatever. I mean, I'm used to seeing this kind of shit. So to me, it means
Yeah.
nothing. Right? The other people is like, oh my god, right? I'm like, well, what do you expect? I've been going off on everybody. I'm like, what do you expect when you're always talking shit when we're filming the sweeps? And you're like, look at, they got all this furniture. They got all this shit. I'm like, you fucking dumbasses. Y'all threw this shit out of your apartment and replaced it with
Yeah.
something else. You left it on the sidewalk. So what did they do? They repurposed it and gave it a home. They want to sit in comfort. They don't tired to sit on the floor. Tired
Well,
of
that's
sitting
yeah.
you know what I mean? And they
You
want to look like
bringing
regular people.
well, what you're doing is throwing that's revolutionary.
Yeah.
And I'm constantly telling people the revolutionary is about exposing the contradictions.
Mhm.
What you're doing is throwing or exposing them back to their gross waste, to their privilege, to their wanton ignorance. And when I say wanton ignorance, because people want to be so convenient as to throw that trash out and it just fucking disappears.
Yeah.
They don't want to be bothered with it again. So
Right.
to see it resurface
Mhm.
again in what they perceive to be a problem
Mhm.
is just, nobody likes to return to their own shit. It's like going back and having to smell your own shit. Everybody wants their system to be perfect. And when you begin to see flaws in your system so blatantly, you know what I'm saying, then it hurts your feelings.
Mhm.
And that's what the hell they going through. They don't want to and they don't want to address. It's an ugly issue. It's easier just to brush it under the rug and not to address it. And not to address it.
Tap in, man. I got Jay on the phone. Say hi.
Jay,
Can you hear
what's
me?
good, brethren?
Oh, he over here. Can you hear me? Jump out. He's on the YouTube. Just jump in on the link. I'll text you. I got you. I'll text you right now. He can't hear me, but yeah, I wanted to come in. He's in the route. Yeah, because they're out there just throwing shit away, and I've been filming it. The police aren't supposed to cut your shelter down, like some people got them big old I would say like little party houses, little tents, tarps or whatever. They're big. I watched them profile this tent. I'll say it like that. Profile the tent where there's 12 police officers. Get on Brother Yenga's live feed. We're live. All right, I'll send a link. You just jump over right where you are. I'll send a link. All right, bye. It is Mother's birthday. Yeah, like I'll say it like this. They're not supposed to do that. But when the police are profiling a certain section, it's because they know whose spot that is, right? So they'll go gently. I watched it. That they're usually very foul. They get the little forklift. They go beep 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 beep. Pick that shit up. Toss it in the dumpster. There was 14 people yesterday. First of all, there was no memo that said there was going to be a sweep at all during this week because the holidays. You would think they'd give them a break. So they snuck in two sweeps yesterday and the day before. I didn't even think people were over there in the one part of this little section that I'm always in, because they fenced off the whole park and the library and everything. So I didn't even know there was people over there. And they snuck in a sweep, and I watched the cleanup crew, which are not supposed to do this, take their little knife like this, take the little knife and they're like, you start right here, right, and go in there with a flashlight, like straight, like start picking up some. First of all, they never pack shit. They don't help you out. They're ready to run your shit into the trash compactor. Peace. You know what I mean? That's what they do every time they sweep. This time they're in there with a flashlight. It's all gentle. Put it in a box. Put it in, until they start digging a little bit. They start pulling out things. You know, I'm looking at it like, man, this is a real bad look. I hope that person who has that don't come back for the rest of the day. The other thing, you're about to get arrested. They're really on your shit. Don't come back. Just might as well go hang out somewhere. You know, that's what I'm thinking. And sure enough, they pull out like a little moped, It was inside the shit. And I'm like, ooh, like, damn. But the whole time they're walking around, the police are walking inside this little makeshift house, and they're packing stuff up. And I'm like, they knew whose stuff that was. First of all, it's 7:30 in the morning. At this point in time during the sweep, you have the forklifts coming already. They've already hit that area like 4 times. You got motherfuckers like, I said 8 o'clock, hurry up and move. Like that. With a flashlight. Hey, you can't be sleeping. Come on, pack up. You got to go, or you're going to jail. Now you're going to go to jail. If you're caught in the city, you're going to jail. That's the threat. That's the warning. And we're out there like, fuck that. You can't be sending people to jail. You can only put people in jail for so long out of crime they didn't do, except for being a vagrant or a homeless person, whatever you want to call it. Eventually, you're going to have to let them out. Like, you're going to have to let them go. It's just simple as that. You can only, jail is not an answer. It's not an answer. You can have no place to live. You can't house none of these people, but you got plenty of jail beds.
It's because it's right. It isn't it. Well, you're coming from a whole socialist perspective. It's not an answer. It's money.
Right. It's like,
and
you want to make off these people, and they got nothing. They let alone. I got 5 people. 5 people. Like 2 couples and 3 people and one youth. 21, 22. Still a young man, you know. And I'm trying to get them all in the door, right?
Yeah.
But especially the youth, especially the young man. He's like my family, like, you know, my family. And he out there. I don't want him to get out there in the street to, you know, he got a promising future. A really promising future. Young, strong black man. I don't want him to go and get in that get along. Hey, why don't you come over here and start, you know, smoking other shit that isn't weed or a cigarette, you know, or doing something that you wouldn't do because you were raised properly, but you're out there the street now. Now you're just over here. You forgot school. You forgot going to work. Now you're a whole
right. It really is about creating. It really is about creating.
They don't have no people here. They don't want to help. Like, I have to be in their face. Like, this is a young man. The adults are one thing, but this is a young man that is only 21 years old. 22 years old. That's more important.
Absolutely. So what I think that's our battle on double front.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is creating the environment, not just moving past just the blueprint of the environment, but creating the environment that will protect our young people from falling in those traps and begin to cultivate them and mold them into the type of characters or, you know, thing that we need for advancement in our community. I would say character, moral standards, all those things that go into character. And then, secondly, my
little nephew come from a really good family, and he just happened. It's too high. It's expensive. They call it the Mile High Income City. No one could live here, really. You know, my apartment used to be $350 back in the day. It's $1,400 now with a voucher. No one could really live here. And to see my nephew pay $1,800 a month with a girlfriend and he can't take care of himself.
Then why? That's
Now, this is what
how
happened.
old is he?
21. He just turned 21, 22. Got a job and everything. He's go to school. Real responsible kid. Come from real responsible people. You know?
Okay.
It pains me. It pains me because I've been harassing the people that have the. They're supposed to be able to give them a non-shelter options that they call it non-shelter options, which is a voucher to a room for like a week or two, and then he moves into like a transitional housing by himself. He can go to school, he can do his thing, you know what I mean? And so I've been trying to get him into that. It's possible. It's very
So
possible. They don't want to return the call. They don't want. So I'm sweating them. Sweating.
what I'm okay. And I'm gonna take it off personally off your nephew because I want to generalize it. I
Mhm.
want to, I want you to tie it into generally, how the overall effect. What can we do? This being a problem general for other young people. You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm hearing here is like I said to because I got some questions for your nephew, like how did he get in this? Because if you saying he came from a good family, what are you considering a good family? How did he get in the position? Why is he continuing to make the decisions that he's making? And why do you feel the need to involve yourself so deeply?
I got the answers. My best friend is his mother, so I raised him since he's a little boy with my children. He's like
Okay.
6 years old. That he come from his mother. His mother is a working woman. She used to go to school and work 2 jobs to support her whole family. She's from a regular black woman with a husband and 2 children. So I know how hard she worked to put them all through school. Everybody went to college. She worked hard for everybody. He's just a young man. He had problems with his father. Maybe not vibing right. So he moved out. He got him. He used his money for a job, got an apartment. He got him a girlfriend. Him and the girlfriend don't work out. They were sharing the bills, and when it didn't work out, and the relationship became very volatile, very dysfunctional, he had to have her leave. But instead of taking her off of the lease, they decided that it was early in the year of the lease. He was responsible for her portion. He was only making enough just for
But
his portion of the rent. He couldn't do that, but he did his best as like a little entrepreneur to try to make that money. But it's harder and harder. And the lady was racist. Eventually, even when he had the money, she wouldn't take it. Like just last month, she would not take this money. $1,800, I'm taking it. Please, dude.
Well, yeah. But I mean, was he late? It's like
It
I
was
said, I don't
early.
know. I don't want to get into
He's a young
specifics
man.
because you are his aunt.
Yeah. No, he was
You
really
are his aunt,
late. He was
huh?
late a couple of times. He was late a couple of times
But
because
that's what I'm
he's
saying.
a young
So
man.
at some point, it's her. See, I don't want to get into it
You're
because
right.
I don't want to. I can kind of see what people say about sometimes us coddling these brothers. I'm a little tougher. You listen.
He has to
If
be
you're
tough.
late a couple times at these and they don't want to take your rent, the next time they want you gone technically.
Yeah.
They don't want to have to. We can't expect people to give a fuck about. I come from that era. My
Yeah.
grandmother raised me not to expect nobody to give a fuck, and especially because I was black.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to work twice as hard, be on time. This is why I advocate us having our own, because the energy and effort I put into building other people up, I could have, man, the things I could have had. So I would be tough on the young man,
Yeah.
and at some point we have to start making those tough decisions. I didn't want to take the girl off the lease because of this, because of that. That costs you, bruh. We got to
Yeah.
bounce back from that. What can we do? We can't continue to have a series of um not best decisions, like that. A bad decision, it happens. Shit. Well, I'm human. We all do. But we can't continue to have a series of them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
it
because we
starts to
never
sound like
grow.
a sob story. I'm just gonna keep it real,
Yeah,
seduction.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
why I
yeah.
didn't want to go on the
Yeah,
person.
no,
Yeah.
I feel you on that because, like, even now, like I told him a couple of days ago, I told his mother, I said, look, if it really comes down to it, he can come here, but he's got to do something productive because You know, I'm my own person. He's a grown person, you know. And I've been trying to get him into housing just to help him stabilize, because he can't go home because he's, you know, he beat with his mom, whatever the problems are, his problems, you know. And I see what you said, and I told him too. I was like, you don't look like you're trying. You don't look like you really want to be out on your own. And it's okay to couch surf. It's not okay to couch surf. It took a long time for me to get to this part, and it's because I had to want it. I had to want to come off the street. I had to want to be a normal person. You're not ready. You're not there yet. And I can't live you. I can't do you like that.
Yeah.
It's really hard. It is hard because you don't want to see him fail, but you can't coddle him. You know, you can't.
Yeah,
coddle him.
that's gonna be the, you know, that's gonna be the ticket. You know, I forget who we would. I think it was you.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about the society where we live in, where we're the young people are privileged.
Yeah.
You know, entitled, because we do live in a society now where we give participation awards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We give mediocre awards.
Yeah. And that's what it is.
And children don't know how to accept an L. And I tell my son, L doesn't mean lose, son. It means learn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our children don't know how to take a loss. We wonder why these young men come back after wearing their ass whooping in a fight, or now they're so scary to take a loss, they won't even do a fist. They immediately shoot over the most trivial.
Right. I remember you should take that fight, man. Why? And I'm like, why did I have to go to that? And it's just real sensitive. It's like you can't. It's bad for them because they're never gonna be like they're not gonna be able to grow up and be like able to adapt with everything. You know, they're really panicky. They're different. This generation is different, really different. And I don't want to coddle them because I was a provider. I wasn't really a parent. That didn't kick in until I was like 34. So that nurturing wasn't with me. Is like, you know what you're supposed to do.
Well, listen, I don't knock it. You're doing what I believe to be just embedded in you, biological. It's your nurturer, you're a woman, you're a mother, a black mother. You are watching the murder and the massacre of black babies, black children. You know, so I can understand that. So I definitely, you know what I'm saying? I definitely can understand that. What I'm saying, us as black men have to step back in the picture and raise the standard again, and let these young black men know, hey, what's not acceptable. I don't like my son has a mother, and I thank the ancestors for my son having a mother, because when he gets intense, and he can get intense when I'm on top of him, he can go back and have someone to wipe the boo-boos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, your dad loves you, but you can't mess around. Right.
Yeah,
right.
That's
we have to raise the standard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We have to raise the standard. We can't allow boys to set the standard of manhood. We can't allow the oppressive ruling class, which is usually the enemy of the poor class, and black people make up a very large proportion of the disadvantage, if not economically, at least socially, through discrimination. So we belong in that disenfranchised class automatically. So we can't allow people to defy manhood for us.
That's exactly the problem, brother. Like his father wants. He just wanted, you know, you can see his father wants his son to be right. He do rattle hard, but at the same time, we're like we and this is our problem. This is the problem of you know, me and his mother. We're watching this shit since he was a little boy. With don't me too. I mean,
we did.
You know, listen, we done did this. This is our fault.
It's been embedded.
That's true.
I'm gonna tell you something. We're people who's have been stripped, and that is just no bullshit. It's just not no fly saying. It's not no thing that has, you know. Oh yeah, you okay? So you've been stripped of your culture. You know, that has real psychological effects, which, you know, the mind influences the actions.
Yep.
So if you have fucked up perceptions and distorted views of yourself, of the people you belong to, of social interactions, then your physical is going to manifest it. There's no way around it. So when we look at these our women doing like they do now, kind of like, you know, cuddling. I heard some people say what they say, black male worship environment or cuddling. That is a perverted sense of black motherhood.
Yeah.
Because during slavery time, the black woman, when the white man, it's been reported, used to walk by and look at a promising young black man, young African, young black man,
Mhm.
he'd be like, and the mother would be like, oh, he ain't shit.
Shh.
He ain't no count.
Yeah.
He ain't shit, master. That sorry nigga right there, that nigga lazy. That in an effort to save
Yeah.
the black male. So look at the degradation and dehumanization and just stupidity placed on the black male in order to save his life. Imagine trying to grow and be nurtured and cultivated under that type of twisted, morbid, social, cultural environment.
I'm blessed I can see, like, you know, like, right immediately that I was like, damn, that's our fault, you know, like, because, oh, you know, like, we see it, it was like, fuck, don't be mean to me anymore. You're like, because you see all this ugly shit all the time, especially to the young black men and the older ones too, to the young ones when they're very first coming up, like, God, don't be mean to them. And you see that it's like, I'm recognizing, I'm like, right now, like, light bulb, I'm recognizing, I'm like, fuck, man, did we do this? Trying to protect them, his emotions? Did we make him soft? And now look what happened. And now we got to pick up this mess too. It's like, God, all because we
Well,
thought, we perceived it as his daddy was being mean to him, but really his daddy was showing him the best love and trying to cultivate him into a man, and we're over there trying to prevent that. That's horrible. You put it all
I'm gonna
together
tell
like
you. Listen, he's 21.
that.
He's a young man. He's a
Very
young man. It's a man. He's gonna snap all of those teachings, your love, his mom's love, all of that shit's gonna kick in, and it's gonna come together at the moment it should. The love you and the mom is giving him is gonna give him the courage and the inspiration to venture out, because he's gonna know. He's gonna know. Okay, if I go out here, if something happens, I got a support team. I got my auntie and my mom are gonna nurture my boo boos. You know what I'm saying?
I have to remind him, like, you wouldn't be nothing. Your father is a very known person out here in the world, in the street.
And that's going to give him, and that aspect of him gives him a standard. You see what I'm saying? It gives him something to aspire to be. Like my father and I didn't have the best son-father relationship. Like my father and I never tossed the ball together. My father was Chairman Kahar or Abu Imam Abdul Kahar. So it was either religious or some political shit. We didn't toss balls and shit. We didn't do all of that shit. But my father, nonetheless, provided for me a example, a role model, something, a standard. I didn't have to look to Boo Boo the dope dealer. I didn't have to look to Slick Mac the pimp, you know, Easy Breezy and all the homies. Even though no disrespect to the homies, I was out there with the homies. I was an Easy Breezy, you know. But I didn't have to look to them as a definition of black manhood. You know what I'm saying? And the love of my grandmother and women in my life gave me the confidence to spread my wings. I would be like, you know, somewhere deep in my subconscious, I knew that I had people who loved me, and I could fucking try to fly a little bit. You know, I could be on the reckless side a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, because I had that love.
Yeah, they tested the waters, test the boundaries a little bit.
Absolutely.
I mean, I grew up in a household.
Man, that is so important for young men to develop, and I would believe young women. I don't know. You'd have to tell me about that.
No, I grew up in a household where we, you know, my father raised me, so this is corporal. Well, my brother's father, corporal punishment. We was getting it, you know. I felt like I wrote him a letter the other day. I wrote about that. I come in, you know, I thank you for that, because it did instill some things like manners, home training, to keep your head to yourself. You know, just whole things, little things that you need in life. And I remember that I wasn't like like my cousins who had a mom or you know they weren't I wasn't like I wasn't favored either. I was just as getting my ass whooped as my baby brother. It was equal opportunity in my house. We're ass whooping.
Okay.
We were just like corporal punishment. That my pops was that's the way he was raised. That's how we was raised. So when I saw that shit with my best friend, I was like, yeah, don't be mean. Because I'm like, I remember and I'm like, damn man, you don't want to fuck nobody up, but then you realize now you know you gotta come up with a solution to fix it that's not gonna be so I would say coddle not not so more coddly but more directional, like intentional help within reason. I feel like that's the solution. Help him, but not as like how I would have been where I want to protect his little feelings. My parents just say it's a cold, cruel world. As a girl with it's a cold, cruel world out there. I learn how to
Man,
adapt.
cold world.
I'm like,
It's cold,
ah,
cold.
within minutes I can
Absolutely.
adapt like this. Nowadays you got the kids out there they don't know how to function. Every
Yeah.
situation is critical to them. Whereas the situation is like, shit, this will blow over 10 minutes. I'll be all right. This is critical.
It's a whole man. It is a whole cultural, social shift that leads to a psychological shift. I mean, and it's real. I see it in my son. But listen, seduction. I'm gonna shut it down. I had no idea they were interviewing a new debater today. I want to check that out personally. Shout out to Solar Vision Debate League. What I may do, I don't know. I may come back a little later. I know we're on the time difference, but if I come back a little later, I'm gonna notify you if you're up. You jumping back on?
Because I was gonna shoot my do my show too, but I was gonna take a little break and see where I just wanted to declutter, come down.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what.
I'll be up
I'm
all
gonna
night.
check back. I'm gonna check back, and after this little thing, I'll see if you're on, and I'll jump on your show. Send your show out again.
All right. Yeah, I gotta call the boys and see if they want to get on. If not, we're gonna do it tomorrow. Either way, they're probably all tired. Who knows? But either way, I'll let you know. I'll hit you in the messenger. Let you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell you, hey, listen. Shout out your show. Shout out your show tonight.
Oh yeah. Possibly we'll do the revolutionary agenda here in about an hour and a half. If not, join us tomorrow, probably 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Revolutionary agenda goes pretty hard. We're going to talk about racism, white supremacy, and what's going on in the world now. I'm going to be sharing some stuff. And you can also join us on Saturday for Frontline Black News at 10 p.m. And where we'll be talking about tangibles, 2021 reparations and everything Black first. We have a whole list of things to talk about. So join us. It'll be all right. Yeah. Brother Yanga, thank you for having me. And I'll see you here shortly.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Thank you, Brother
What's up
Blue,
with you?
everybody else who was on here.
Yo, Sid, definitely tell the God, give God my peace, give Che my peace. Good luck in the race. We'll be checking you out. Listen, let me send shouts out to everybody. Poetic that was on here, just me, everybody that fell through from the camp off of Sister Nundy. Shouts out to Queen Nundy, the league, Argument League. Check them out and shit like that. This should be hot. And seduction. I'll get back at you.
Where do I find them at?
Check out. You want to look at Solar Vision Debate League.
Solar Vision Debate League. Okay.
Yeah.
That's on tonight.
But first look up my girl, Sister Nundy. Write this down. Sister Nundy, 3GP.
Sister Nundy.
Subscribe, hit the bell. That's the camp.
Okay. We'll do.
And then, from there, man, you can go off, branch off. That's a fantastic family over there on that page and shit. On that channel, rather. And then,
I can find them on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's
Sister 93GP. That's the camp. That's where we jumping from. And then Solar Vision Debate League and Argument League.
Okay.
All right, just me, everybody. I appreciate y'all for following through. Seduction. I'll get back at you. Everybody else, man, and to them, man. That's what's up. Peace. All powers to oppressed people, African power to an African people, and Black power.
Black power. Talk to you soon. Mhm.